Today we're taking a look at the 2016 Nissan Rogue SL. Let's go ahead and go take a look. The outside features that you're going to start to notice is now the Nissan Rogue SL actually gives you LED headlights. So you see right here, now you have a projector beam, LED headlights, as well as standard fog lights. When it comes now to the side of the vehicle, what you're going to notice, the Nissan Rogue SL actually has a different wheel design. So now it's bumped up to 18 inches, but now as you can see, you have a lot more attractive design on the wheels. Now because this is the SL model, one thing you're going to notice on the side mirrors is now you have this little hump here. Now with this little hump, it's going to give you actually a round view monitor. So you have it on both of the side mirrors. You have a camera in the front and then a camera in the back, which keeps together an all-around a round view monitor for the Nissan Rogue. Just taking a quick look at it, you can see the body style hasn't changed overall so much comparing it to the 15 or the 14. The only thing that's added is now features. You are getting a little bit more features on the Nissan Rogue SL. One cool thing with the Nissan Rogue SL is you have the power liftgate. You have the power liftgate, so it's actually really cool. So from the control itself, you can actually lift and put the liftgate down, but you can also do it just by pressing the button here in the actual Nissan Rogue. So you can press the button here in the back, press the button inside, or better yet, if it's coming down, and if it's coming down on you, if it detects you, it's actually going to pull right back up. So if I get in the way, it detects me, it's going to go right back up. So that's one cool feature with the Nissan Rogue SL. So not only does it have a power liftgate, but it's also safe, so you don't have to worry about crushing anybody. Now, one small thing to note with the side mirrors, it's not something big, but still something that you do get with the SL. Now you have heated side mirrors. So if it gets a little bit foggy sometimes, you now see that little signal here at the side, because even the side mirrors are heated, so you can defrost them a little bit better. Now coming around to the front, like I was speaking about earlier, so along with having the fog lights, one cool thing with the Nissan Rogue SL is now you have forward collision warning, which you also had in the previous year, but now you have forward collision mitigation. So it's going to actually stop you from crashing in an accident. So it's actually going to apply the brakes, make sure that you avoid an accident. So I have radars here in the front that are going to be detecting that. So you have forward emergency braking, forward emergency collision warning. So you have a lot of nice features that are now standard on the Nissan Rogue SL when you get the premium package that was not available for 2015. So on the outside, it's not a big difference overall comparing it to the Nissan Rogue SV. Aside from the wheels and the LED headlights, so there's not too much to notice. If you really pay attention, you will notice it, but overall, I can see the Nissan Rogue SL is a really nice package. It comes standard with a lot of features, and overall, it's a great design. So let's just take one quick look at it, and we're going to start moving on the inside. Now, some of the cool changes now, once we come to the inside, you are going to notice the Nissan Rogue SL has more of a luxury feel. So what it does add that's different from the SV is now you have leather seats. So really attractive design. You have as well heated seats, so for both the driver and the passenger. So as you can see, really nice features here. You have here for the blind spot warning. All the Nissan Rogues SL are going to have the little light. This one in particular does have the premium package, which is why we had forward emergency braking, collision warning, and stuff like that. So not all the Nissan Rogues are going to have that. They are going to have navigation standard, which we're going to take a look at right now. So that's what it does add versus the SV. So coming around now on the inside, not too many changes if you're comparing it to the SV as far as like the dashboard and stuff like that. It's going to be very similar. It's all based off of the same thing. The SV already gives you the leather appointed steering wheel, so you still have that here with the SL. Now what you're seeing here, this is now what's changed and what's standard on the Nissan Rogue SL. So no packages to get at all. Every single Nissan Rogue SL is going to give you navigation and a round view monitor. So if I put the car in reverse, like I was speaking of earlier, so you see now you have a rear view of the car as well as trajectory. You have front, sides, and rear view, so you can really park the car without actually hitting anything. So it's really good for like parallel parking and stuff like that. So something nice to have. With the SV as well as included the dual air conditioning. So that's not something that's going to be added here. We already have it on the SV. But one thing to mention, like I said, is the heated seats. So high and low settings for both the driver and the passenger. So if it's a cold day, you can really get your seats nice and toasty. Yeah. Overall, as you can see, it's very, very comfortable inside of the Nissan Rogue. Now, coming here to the driver assist display, one thing to notice is you do have a little bit extra screens, because of course this one does have navigation. So you have the compass there, which will give you turn-by-turn directions when you need it. Another added feature is this one here now gives you a little bit more driving aids as far as forward collision warning, blind spot warning, stuff like that. Coming here to the driver assistance is where you take a look at a couple other things. So you have emergency braking, blind spot warning, you can turn it on and off, as well as here by the sides. Now you can see here the safety shield Nissan button, you can turn it on or off. If you turn it off, it's going to turn off a lot of the safety features that Nissan gives you. So if you don't necessarily want them, you can always turn them on. It's recommended, of course, that you leave it on, simply because you're going to have a safer car overall. But if you decide to turn it off, you actually have that option. You have Eco when you need to save a little bit more gas. You get the little Eco light on. Sport for a little bit more power. Now, this does have the new generation CVT with D-step, so especially if you put it in a sport, you really feel how it simulates an automatic transmission. It does a very good job at that, actually. So we're going to take a Nissan Rogue S for a test drive a little bit later on in another video, so you can really see how the Nissan Rogue transmission and everything really has a really nice flow to it. Down underneath, because we do have the navigation, you have auxiliary and USB drive. Yeah, overall you're going to be really comfortable, really attractive in design instead of the Nissan Rogue SL. So a nice feature to have is XM satellite radio. So all of the Nissan Rogues actually have it. So S, SV, and SL models all have it. But with the Nissan Rogue SL, it actually gets a little bit more complex than that. So when you press the XM button, of course you do get your satellite radio options. But one more thing to notice is you have XM satellite traffic. So it gives you up-to-date traffic details, so you can really avoid anything like that. So as well as travel links, so you can get like fuel prices, weather, and these are all up-to-date features. So that's one good thing to have. As long as you have a XM satellite radio subscription, you're going to be able to have a lot of those features. So it makes sure that you'll get the best route if you're going to work, going out somewhere, avoiding traffic and everything like that. So again, you get 3 months free with Nissan. After that, if you have a satellite radio subscription, you get to take advantage of those features with the Nissan Rogue SL. So again, speaking a little bit more into detail as far as the navigation system that Nissan offers is Nissan Connect services that you get now on the 2016 Nissan Rogue SL, which you notice by this little button here, the SOS button. Now, if you anytime you need any help, you just press that button. It's going to make sure to contact emergency services for you. But getting to a little bit more detail, you have now the Nissan Connect services button. So what that does is it lets you use Google Send to Car, a journey planner, so you can really like get a destination going. You have concierge service, you have voice recognition as well as Siri now. So if you have an iPhone, all you have to do is press and hold the talk button, and now Siri Eyes Free actually lets you interact with the car in a whole different way. So reply to text messages, calls, or a little bit more information. Again, you do have to have an iPhone and connect it to USB for it to work, but that's one cool addition now that you do get with the Nissan Rogue SL. So again, Nissan Connect services is going to give you a chance to remotely turn on your car, turn off, lock your doors, see how the temperature, turn on the AC, stuff like that. So it lets you communicate with the car in a whole different way. You do need to have your Nissan Connect app on your phone, the Nissan Connect services app, but it's a really good service that Nissan is offering now. So it first debuted on the 2016 Nissan Maxima. It's coming to the 2016 Altima. It's made its way now to the 2016 Nissan Rogue. It's going to be on the Titan, and of course it's coming now to the Murano as well. But I'm going to go in a little bit more detail with the Nissan Connect services. It's a different video, but just wanted to touch upon that we do have that now. You still have the whole apps button, so you can use your car with Facebook, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and Nissan's always adding new apps. So you have a couple apps to work with right now, but in the future we're going to get a little bit more apps. Now, Again, I did mention earlier, this one has a premium package, so it's adding a step above SL, so you get the top of the line. So one of the features that you do get, you have the power panoramic sunroof. So if you press it, you're gonna see that the whole sunroof opens all the way up to the back, so you have really nice visibility. And it's all power, nothing manual. So it gives it a really nice luxury feel. So not only does it open, you actually could tilt it too. So if you want it just to tilt it, let some air in, you can also push to tilt it and it'll actually tilt. I think right there is good. Now with the Nissan Rogue, you get the corporate 2.5 liter engine. Same engine you're gonna find at G25 and a Nissan Altima 2.5. On this one, it's producing 170 horsepower, 175 foot-pounds of torque. So fuel economy numbers, 33 miles to the gallon highway, 27 city, which is not bad. It's actually best in class for a vehicle of this size. So you can see, getting a quick impression of driving. As you can see, you get really quiet rides, so not a lot of road noise actually transferring inside the vehicle. Now with the panoramic sunroof, actually gives you a really nice view of downtown LA. So it's one advantage behind the panoramic sunroof. You have a really nice skyline to look up to.
Sport mode engaged.
And you can see very smooth ride overall. Again, you really can't express how quiet it is inside the car, so it really feels like you're in a luxury car. Not a lot of road noise transfers to the Nissan Rogue interior. It's very comfortable with the active trace control that the Nissan Rogue has. Turning turns and everything is going to be really easy. But as far as keeping it leveled, it actually does have a system for that as well. So that's why even though the road is a whole lot rougher than it feels and that actually looks on camera, I mean, the Nissan Rogue is very well at eliminating a lot of the road bumps and everything. So although it's not going to take it off 100%, it does a really good job at making the ride a whole lot less harsh. At a standstill, you can barely tell that the Nissan Rogue is actually on. It's very smooth. None of the actual vibrations of the car transferring still. Now we're doing a quick power run. As you can see how aggressively it accelerates and how the sport mode actually in D-step cause it to shift, so it doesn't actually hold the RPMs. So it'll actually shift down. And you can see it picks up speed very quickly. We're able to get through that little section without a problem. Goes up to 60 fast, 40 fast, so freeway speeds, street speeds, gonna get there really fast. Here in the rear seats, it's actually kind of hard to complain about the lack of space because, well, there really isn't any. We have leather seats that actually transfer here to the back. You still have like soft touch materials like leather here on the sides, and you have vent here for the rear passengers. So Nissan doesn't forget about the rear passengers. One good advantage of the Nissan Rogue is you can see the back seats actually recline. So as you can see, this one's a little bit more reclined. You can pull it forward a little bit more, so it's a little bit more leveled. But if you want to get a little bit more comfortable, just slide it back and you're good to go. As you can see, so with the front seats, set to really spacious, I still have a lot of leg room here in the back, so I can pretty much like cross my feet practically, really relax if I want to and not be able to complain about space. Now seating here in the Nissan Rogue in the rear stadium seating, so I'm sitting above a little bit more than the front passengers, which really promotes a lot of socialization, so you're able to talk to the people in the front a whole lot easier.